Do you love old cars and trucks? Join us on Bring 'em Back to Life, where we search the salvage yards and backyards of America to find that gold mine of a parts car or that restorable gem in the rough. Come with us down memory lane as we elevate the status of our salvage yards to outdoor museums of automotive history.
They're trying to be indiscreetly find out how old I am. So I thought we'd make it easy.
So that's the story. You came here when you were 4.
Yeah, 1932.
Right during the Depression. So
Yeah.
it was your dad that started this?
No, I did.
You did?
My dad farmed. When I was 7, a guy came driving in a Model T, and my dad bought it for $10. And he gave it to me, but he told me I couldn't drive it till I was 10. So I put it in the barn, and me and my little buddies would sit in and go ahead and nud. Anyway, when I was 9, he relented and towed it out of the barn and started it and showed me how to drive it. And that was the end of his helping me as far as making the car run. From then on, if it didn't run, it was my fault. I had to fix it, and that's what I did. He'd tell me anything I wanted, but as far as him getting in and changing an axle or changing the rods or whatever, he'd tell me what to do, but I had to do it. So I really started driving when I was 9 and started collecting junk when I was probably 12.
And you might still have some of that around here.
I've got some stuff we've had for more than 50 years.
Now, is that a picture of what you might have started with right there?
That's not the one, but that's almost identical.
So that must have been around a 23?
26.
Or 26.
That's when I donated the Fresno Fair for the museum.
Oh, wow. Well, that's interesting. Yep, I have an uncle who was known as Model T Herb.
Is that right?
Until he died a few years ago. He was still driving around Connecticut with a 24 Model T pickup. So I recognize that era. So you've got a lot of history here on the wall. Motorcycles as well?
Oh yeah. The bottom one's, I think it was about 18 or so when that was taken. The one with the girl, I was 17. And the one above there, I was 20. And the one above there, I was 70 or 80.
Okay, progression. Now, what motorcycle or brand did you really like? Harley, Indian?
I've got everything. I've got 200 motorcycles.
Oh.
And I love whatever I'm riding that day. It's just absolutely whatever I'm riding, I'm in love with. But I like Harleys better than anything else.
Okay. I thought I recognized that look there, and those are real antiques now, for sure.
Yeah, I've got a lot of nice motorcycles.
So I think Kyle told me that you're 90 now?
Yes.
90.
Yes.
And you'll still take your motorcycles out?
Oh, yes. And wife still rides with me. She's 89.
God, that's wonderful. Yeah, my wife still rides with me in our 56 Chevys, but I won't tell you how old she is. She hasn't got over that lump yet, but she's proud of it.
A while back we were riding in my 37 Harley. I added up her age and my age and the Harley's age. We're something like 280 years old. We'll probably have Kyle walk around. I've got a bunch of stuff here to do. I think he can answer probably any question you wanted.
But you're still a working man.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't retire. You're just living your dreams now.
I get up at 4 o'clock every morning. I work on motorcycles from 4 o'clock until 6. I go in the house and eat and come down here at about 6:30.
Now, do you still repair and sell motorcycles?
I don't sell, I just build.
You build?
I'm building a 1930 Indian 4 right now, which will be a very expensive motorcycle when it's finished.
Was that one of their early 4-cylinders?
Yeah, 1930. The Indian bought the Ace company out in 28. In 28 they called them Indian Aces. 29 they dropped the Ace and called them Indians.
Okay. Well, I interviewed a man last month in Connecticut who restored a 41 Indian 4, and I featured it on my show.
Yeah.
So you'll have to find me on the internet and watch my show on Wild Bill Eggers. But thank you very much, Jerry.
My pleasure.
You could probably drive because it's a little far of a walk, so I can drive you around and show you.
That's,
Okay, show them the bikes. Okay. Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
4 doors. Let me clean out the back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Turner's Auto Wrecking.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Kyle.
No problem. If you guys want to hop in, we'll go around.
This is a good shape. Thank you.
No problem. There's about 12 acres, 13 acres over here, and this is mainly older stuff.
He wasn't wearing his too, but he said it just shut off. I did put my belt on. You do have the car keys, right? Or did you give them to me?
Pace.
Okay, so this yard you said is like 17 acres of old stuff?
Yeah, it's roughly 15 acres of mainly older stuff, pre-74, 75.
Now, do you let people come out here and pick? Is
Yeah.
it like a pick and pay, or do you say no, you
No,
go out and do it?
what we do is we let them, if they like, we do a lot of over-the-phone orders, but if they like to come down, we get a lot of foreigners, Swedes and all that.
Oh, okay.
They can wander around and see what they would like, and if they, say you want that left fender, they'll come up and tell us and we'll pull it for them.
Gotcha.
So they're not pulling their own parts, but they are more than welcome to wander around
And say what they want.
yeah, or just for a sightseeing tour kind of. About 6 months ago we had 20 Swedes come in a bus, a tour bus, and then the next day we had 10 of them come in a bus, so within 2 or 3 days we had about 35 Swedes here.
And they just wanted to tour?
They just like to wander around, yeah.
Amazing.
Well, we find that as we travel. Some of the yard owners, that people just want to walk around and they say, okay, there are cars, don't do any damage.
That's what we tell them, yeah, don't pull anything off, because sometimes we set a molding in the front seat waiting for the customer to come pick it up,
Right.
and stuff to that, sense. But yeah, this is the small yard across the street with a lot of Cadillacs here, early GM cars, and up here there's a 8-door Chrysler that I believe they used to use in the mountains at like a church camp or something of that sort. You'll see it up here. Pretty neat looking. So you said you had a 56 Chevy, you said?
We own every body style and model of 1956 Chevrolets except the Corvette.
Wow.
That's the 1-year car we just really love of all,
Yeah.
even of the Tri-5s.
Yeah.
So we've been buying them and driving them our whole married lives. We've been married 51 years next week.
Nice.
So
Yeah, my grandfather and his my grandma, they've been married I think 64 coming up this year. And my uncle, his name was Jim Turner. He was going to take the yard over, and he passed away in a sprint car accident in 07. And he passed away. I kind of came in and started. I used to play hockey, so I was moved to Texas and all sorts of places to play hockey.
oh,
And
I
came
see.
back and started helping Grandpa out, and then got more and more involved, and I'm here now.
Now I've noticed that some of these vehicles, the rain gutters have been cut off the roofs. Is that something that?
We sell a lot of those. Those are like where the drip rail is, and they
Yeah.
rust out, back east, and
Yeah.
so we cut a lot of them out for customers to patch back into their vehicles.
Oh, all right. I was wondering. Well, there's a '57 Chevy.
Yeah, I'll show you. My aunt Karen has it was her high school car. My grandpa has it in the hangar, so he has an airplane here. I'll show you. And it's a '57 Chevy in there, and it's a pretty nice car. It's been sitting there for quite a while. It's her car, not for sale or anything, but it is sitting there, and you can look at that. Then there's a early Buick in there, I think '56 Buick that has 1,100 miles on it.
Oh my.
It's about 80 acres, so it's a big yard. I'll take you around there where the old stuff is, and we'll go in the hangars. And are you interested in seeing his motorcycles?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah. My viewers just want to see the old iron.
Okay.
And I have, motorcycle riders. Like I said, the interview I did with Wild Bill Eggers, pretty much about motorcycles, but
Yeah.
it's like he hand bills one-offs. He
Okay.
finds who made the first one, gets pictures of it, diagrams if he can find them, blueprints or whatever, and and then he just makes an original one
Wow.
just like it. And they're in museums around the country.
Wow. Our old office was here that Grandpa built,
Oh.
and it extended all the way to this back wall. And we had a fire in '09.
Oh.
We think electrical started, but we're about 2 or 3 days away from start putting up this building.
Oh, I see. The
permits and
pad
stuff.
here is all done.
Nice.
So hopefully in about a month or two we'll have a new building up and nice offices and all that good stuff.
So where you are right now, where we just into Fruit and Beauty, Grandfather's just a temporary building.
Yeah, what it was my Uncle Dave used to have a chrome shop there in the 70s. He still straightens and polishes stainless steel. He's very, very good at it. People ship him all over the world, orders.
Wow.
You know, bent, door moldings and stuff of that sort. So that's what he does, and he's in the back and we're in the front. So
Are
we're
those
actually
windshields?
yes.
Wow, look how he put the windshields up then.
Yeah, all on racks.
Nice.
Front and rear glass, I think.
Yep. And then there's vent glass and quarter glasses on those racks over there.
So you can pretty much come out here and find a part for anybody who's looking for something.
Yeah, these are transmission racks here.
Amazing.
This is our room full of engines.
Look at this. Amazing. So how many vehicles do you think you have out here?
In 2011, we mashed up about 7,000. When scrap was really high. Not old stuff, some old stuff, but not a lot. Mainly new, newer 80s and 90s stuff. We've been buying tons of cars, so we probably back up to 8,000 or so. 8 or 9,000, I would say.
Now, are you in a situation where you can go into someone else's old yard that they want to retire or they died and buy their stock?
Yeah, we can do that.
You do that?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I like to know that some people are in a position to save the old iron.
Yeah, no, Grandpa has a heart for saving the old iron. He's been collecting it forever. This is like what we call the fender pile. There's fenders, and most of the stuff's on inventory, so you can say, section 3.
Oh, yeah, 3N, 3S.
Yeah, 10 feet west and 10 feet north. It's not exact, but it gets you to the right, spot.
Nice.
And there's old bumpers.
Yeah, oh, yeah, we
Racks of
just got
bumpers.
racks full of bumpers. We actually just started inventorying all these about 3 weeks ago, and they're all inventoried. So we got a lot of bumpers now that are inventoried that we had, but we didn't know we had them. You know what I mean?
I see.
They used to be in piles, on the side of the road. And
Okay.
so we finally got them into racks and
I've identified them.
Yes,
Yeah.
which is the hardest part.
Now, you said you played hockey before you actually started helping Grandpa. What is your education? Did you computer guy? Did you learn a lot about
No, I kind of just learned as I went at the wrecking yard. I mean, I graduated high school, but I haven't gone to college or anything, and I just came here and started working. I've been at the counter for probably 10 or 11 years now, and I learn a ton from Grandpa every day, so it's good.
Oh yeah, that is good.
He's full of knowledge.
And it's good that he can pass it to you.
So we'll get out here and I'll show you his airplane, and I'll show you the Chevy and the
Oh, okay.
Buick.
So, Johnny, what are you doing tonight with the Bondo on this rear quarter on the 56 convertible?
Alright, well Dennis, we are going to take some 36 grit sandpaper, which is really, really rough, and we are going to cut all the high edges down right now. We're going to try to make this look as smooth as possible. You can see we just started doing a little bit here. So watch and observe, and you'll see what we're doing. We're just going to cut down all the high edges before we get into the big stuff with a flat sander to make it straight. Remember, we got to do this a whole bunch of times, but it'll look good when it's done. told you, if you're not good with sanding, have never done it before, do not use a DA. This will look better than the ocean by the time you're done. What you have to use is a flat board to make it smooth. I can use a small sander just to get it in the ballpark, but it still needs a flat sand to get it done right. So we're going to take a little bit more down and show you a little more footage here in a few minutes.